Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am Jack All Trades, here to give my quick thoughts on the new intro and new outro for My Hero Academia Season 4 Part 2, the second half of Season 4. I'm just going to play my initial reactions to seeing the new intro and the new outro now. I really liked that. Oh yeah, new intro, here we go! It's about time! okay, I recognize some of those silhouettes. Okay, school festival stuff, yeah, nice. Oh, I'm immediately in love with this intro. Jiro getting a bit of focus on this OP. Todoroki brooding. Back again. Is Jiro the protagonist of this arc? Okay, we're gonna get some Endeavor stuff. He got that moment was great with All Might, Mirio, everyone. That was all really smooth. Hawks. A bunch of new characters and the looks of it there, some kids. I'm gonna need to go back and I'm gonna maybe do a separate video on this moment, on this like OP. Back with a harmonica. New outro. Okay. Young All Might. New character. Some kids. New hero, perhaps? Looks like, I don't know. Fat Gum. Oh, young Mirio, young Present Mike, young Eraserhead in the background there. Maybe Vlad's with the white hair there, not sure. Oh, and young Tamaki as well. That was adorable. Shot of everyone. Oh, we're getting Eri. Eri wakes up, okay. I showed you without his mask on for a moment there. I need to go back to that. I recognize you. Toga in school. And that girl in the background. Endeavor's family. Hawks. Blindfolded with some suited guys. A burnt photo. Nice moment there. And then present day. Back on Dagobah Beach. And have Midoriya say the last line of the song there. That was from my previous video, being my reaction to episode 15 of season 4. But now, because I'm curious, I'm going to sort of go through and break down the new intros as best I can, being someone who hasn't read beyond this point in the manga. Okay, so we start off with Uraraka and Mineta. I think, do I have the Japanese title? Yes, I do. I've got it on a poster just there, because I assume... Yes, okay, so it's members of Class 1A around each of the kanji, spelling out the title of the show. So yeah, Uraraka and Mineta, Sero and Momo, Sue and Shoji, Kaminari and Mina, Sato and Aoyama, Ojiro, Tenya, Kirishima, Bakugo, Koji and Toru, just Tokiyami by himself, Shoto and Kyoka, and Midoriya just by himself for the last one, yeah. And then we get our title card with the sort of silhouettes of La Brava and it's killing me that I don't remember this guy's title. The Delightful Criminal, or like the Gentle Criminal, or the Delightful Gentleman. It's some combination of those. I should remember this because I'm cosplaying him later this year. Though I don't know anything about him apart from what he looks like. I haven't even started the cosplay yet. Need to get on top of that. I and some friends are doing cosplays of some My Hero Academia villains, so I'm doing this guy. I need to remember what his name is. I need to get on top of that. But yeah, okay, so we'll be getting them in this half of the season. That's cool. I didn't know how like far ahead in the manga they appear. I'm guessing they're more laid back, sort of funny characters, because we've got them sort of dancing on the title card. I didn't know who it was initially seeing the feet, but then when we got these silhouettes of the heads, I recognized, okay, that's La Brava and sort of colourful explosions, maybe representing fireworks or something. Then I don't know who this character is. Again, bright and colourful backgrounds and everything. This intro really sort of pops and stands out from the previous one. Someone with boots, a red dress, a flowery bag, with a white undershirt throwing a Neko cat frilly jumper in the sky for some reason. And then we're on sort of a montage of 1A sort of going around preparing for the festival. I assume that it's a student-run thing, because everyone we see in shots here seems to be in the sports festival sort of gym outfits. I've just noticed that the overlay for the text for the titles might be important things, because we've got that first overlay is a great transition from the jumper thrown in the air to then that's where that is. So everyone just working or goofing off from the looks of it. Aoyama stares directly into camera, nothing new there. Oh, I'm liking that. There's a lot of interesting transitions for this intro. I really like that. Okay, so, I just noticed that, breaking it down. We get that shot of the jumper thrown up in the air, which immediately cuts to this shot then of everyone preparing with the jumper overlay. Then the thing I thought was the table is the tents, it's the stands sort of set up. They then continue into the next shot. And then when Mina and Sero run in, we use the box that Sero is holding as the next sort of card. Then we go from Aoyama drinking tea to his teacup being the next thing. Okay, and then the next one is just an item that's sort of in the shot, so that's fine. Again, Jiro sitting alone, interesting. I assume we're getting a lot of focus on her then this season? Or this half of the season? And they sort of use that tree from that shot then as the next overlay card. That's very cute and artsy. I really like this intro, sort of having we have our main characters, and then we have the backgrounds of the world sort of different in a color, and then the overlays sort of for the credits as well in yet a different color, using continued items across each one. And then we go from it being the book she's looking at, so we get a shot looking down at said blank book. I assume she's trying to compose something. And then again, we go for a cup and saucer with tea, burning out a bit. Speaking of burning out, we've got Icy Hawk, Todoroki out here brooding alone as well. Bakugo, again, walking alone through a crowd, and we use the clouds as the next piece for our credits. Bakugo looks up directly into camera, cuts Deku looking down at his scarred hand, and he starts running. This is why I assume that Kyoko's composing something, because we have her seemingly in the same place, it's the same coloured backgrounds and everything with the greens, sitting with a book and the same pencil and everything. You do see sheet music now written on the pages of the book, and the music sort of comes out up in her face. We get this cute moment of the guitar colours, and then we use a piece of the guitar as the next piece of the credits. Her running through crowds of people, now smiling with her guitar on her back. And when we use that guitar case as the next overlay, we cut to Bakugo standing alone again. It's not like everything's changed, everything's better now. It's like things have changed for Jiro, but Bakugo is still a bit dejected. We get a shot of Endeavor. I'm guessing he's going to be important in this half of the season. Todoroki turns and looks up at the light, at the sun, which is All Might dropping down. Midori is so happy. I love how cartoony they get sometimes. Like I love the idea of All Might being sort of an American hero, American comic books and everything being a bit more cartoony than most manga. But how he sort of distorts here as he shifts back to his deflated form, Toshinori, and immediately vomits blood. Bakugo now smiling though. Todoroki's still looking sad, with Endeavor punching up in the air. The overlay... Okay, we got Mirio looking up at the sky. Oh, it's Night Eye's glasses. That's a pink shape falling, which then become the overlay for a shot of Midoriya running, the credits there. So we go from Midoriya runs, tosses a drumstick up in the air, Sue catches it with her tongue, and she's holding an apple, puts it on the stick, throws it, Sato covers it in, I don't know, toffee or something, Bakugo then cooks it with an explosion. Uraraka slams it through some more sugar or something. Todoroki cools it down. This is... Kirishima breaks through the ice to have someone catch it. We don't see who. We got Hawks with Endeavor. I like Hawks has like the slits on the back of his jacket for his wings. I'd imagine it's a nightmare to get them over that though. We get Present Mike commentating on something from the looks of him holding the microphone, looking at the camera. Gang work in the background. Some new character. And then Nezu being hugged by a bunch of small children. All Might looking up smiling. The trail of blood in his orange shirt, so I assume this is... And it's the blue background, so this is a direct sort of follow-up to that shot of him dropping down and deflating. Aizawa standing alone in a seemingly non-existent background. Looks a bit sort of TV staticky-esque. Looking at the jumper. Is that going to be Ares or something? Midoriya, the rest of 1A all walking out. So he's walking alone and he's joined by the rest of the class. And we see this sort of shot of UA from above covered in bunting with all these stalls set up out front. I'm really looking forward to this arc. And then we get Crowds cheering. We zoom through the crowd, we've got Kyoka with vocals and guitar, Momo with keyboard, Kaminari with the guitar, Tokiyami with the guitar, and Bakugo, maybe? On drums? Sort of spiky hair, and in the pose he's in, there's a hand up across the sort of shape of the head, which sort of throws off the silhouette a bit. So I assume like 1A will be performing this song that Kyoka comes up with, and then we get this great fun shot of all of 1A with different instruments sort of playing together. Todoroki with some sort of woodwind, Midoriya with a trumpet, Kaminari with a guitar, Bakugo with a harmonica, Hiroshima also with a guitar, I assume, from sort of the way he's holding it, Mina with cymbals, Toru with a tuba. Oh, sorry, no, Toru's got a French horn, and then Minetta's got the tuba. Uraraka with the guitar, Kyoko with the guitar, Sue with the keyboard, Sero. Oh, and it's Sero's tape that's got the title on it as well. That's a great way to do that. I don't know, a clarinet or something? It's a long woodwind instrument, but not bassoon long. Sato with a cello or double bass, Koji with a ukulele, Aoyama on vocals, Ojiro with a triangle, I assume, Momo with a saxophone, Ito with an ocarina, and Shoji with multiple triangles. And then we've got their shirts, sort of spelling out My Hero. So their shirts in a bit of a weird setup spelling My Hero Academia. I'm just going to listen to it again. As for the actual song itself, I think I recognize the voice singing this. I can't place it. I'll wait until we get the title of the song and the band, because that'll help. I think this is, apart from Season 2's first intro, I think this is the fastest I've loved an intro. Like, I've immediately gone, I like this a lot. I'm definitely going to listen to the full version of this song. Kanabun? His name doesn't immediately ring any bells. I also just watched Your Lie in April this past month, so I'm on a bit of a musical anime kick from the looks of things. Okay, as for the outro, breaking it down. Starting a white screen with a grid sort of going across it, which then breaks apart into several separate sort of squares, rectangles up in the sky. Oh, photographs, that's what it'll be, because that's what this intro is all about. So we see them blowing in the wind. We pan down, seeing UA looking over the town. And yeah, so we have a photo of, I assume to be those kids that we saw in the intro, who we don't yet know. Young All Might, young Toshinori winning gold at the UA Sports Festival, and some new character. Perhaps some rabbit-themed quirk, going by the ears, sort of jumping above the other people in the photo, playing volleyball from the looks of it. Then we sort of fade in a transition to... Oh! So we have Fat Gum, clearly a young Fat Gum, going by that hat. That's Shinketsu uniform, and that's the guy who's a teacher at Shinketsu. So I assume that means Fat Gum went to Shinketsu. That's a cool bit of a lore drop there. I don't know if we'll ever get more confirmation on that in this season, but that teacher went there and Fat Gum went there from the looks of it. We've got Present Mike singing or yelling something, just Eraser in the background, not paying him any attention, eating, and someone behind them, if I had to guess again, I'd say Vlad King, just going by the white hair. I don't know what the ribbon says. If someone could translate that and put it in the comments, that'd be a huge help, because I'm really curious. Was he like student body president or something here, or did he win an award or something at the school? Then we get what looks to be a costume party of some kind, perhaps, with Mirio and Tamaki I assume with an actual wing, while the rest are sort of in costume with paws and stuff. Midoriya looking determined, sitting up in bed with his All Might merchandise. Bakugo determined, laying in bed, looking up at the ceiling. We got all these shots of the rest of 1A, all, I'm going to keep saying determinately, or in contemplation, just sitting in their rooms. So perhaps we're going to get sort of info on what maybe everyone's sort of going through something this half of the season that will be addressed. And then we get the wider shots of 4x4 grid with Aoyama, with a hat on and everything. Mina, Tenya, Ojiro, Kaminari, Koda, Sato. Shoji without his mask on, but we've still got his hair covering his face. I kind of hope we never see what his face looks like, because we can just keep this running gag going. Jiro, Sato, Tokoyami, Hagakure, Minoru, and Momo, and then we have, I don't think he's still in hospital here, Mirio, because he's not still got bandages on, and he has a bed and everything, I assume, at his room at Heights Alliance. Though possibly this is still Eri in hospital, I think, still wearing sort of the blue gown. Then we smash cut to, I assume, this shot now, because we had the start of the intro showing photographs of some of the heroes in the past. This is now showing us photographs of some villains in the past. Because we got this delightful gentleman, delightful criminal, gentle criminal, whatever this guy's name is, I've forgotten, as a young man running a coffee shop with friends. We've got, undeniably, definitely Toga in a school uniform with some other characters. I'm interested then, I assume that means that this was her school uniform, and what she's currently wearing now is not the uniform of the school she actually attended, which is good for keeping your identity hidden and stuff. And then little La Brava in the background there, sort of being left out of whatever's going on with these other characters. So I hope we get some info on these photos. Even if we don't get info on the starting ones, I hope we get some info on these. We definitely need info on these, because we've got young Todoroki clinging to his mum wearing that hat and everything. I'm sure we've seen him in that before. And Enji, sort of Endeavor, sort of standing alone without his beard and mustache ignited. Two of Todoroki's siblings, because the third one's totally dabby, but I've forgotten their names. Really cool tidbit in one of the books, though, that Todoroki's older sister is a primary school teacher. And there was sort of a fun bit of that, like her and Eraser talking on the phone at one point for the sort of parents' day. Hawks, I assume, blindfolded, shooting out these feathers from his wings, and guys in suits, so maybe Hawks was like abducted? No, what? Black suits. The government would be my initial assumption, actually, so perhaps he was trained from like a young age to be a hero or something. That could be interesting. We've had children raised to be heroes, not very well, by Endeavor, sort of by the parents, by other heroes, and now this is sort of perhaps a government-raised superhero. It'd be interesting to see sort of the differences between them then, because we had that shot in the intro of Hawks and Endeavor meeting up. And then a burnt photo. I assume maybe that'll be the only photo we actually see this season. We see a photograph get burned. Oh, actually, what if, because in this shot we have the rest of the Todoroki family, or if this one's burnt by, Dabi, or Endeavor enraged by his son leaving or something. A very nice sort of montage of Midoriya and Bakugo sort of super excited with All Might, bright daylight and everything. Them at school, Midoriya holding the burnt notebook. All Might still bright in the background. The two of them in their hero costumes, and the sun is setting. And the sun has now set on All Might. He no longer has his quirk, and we have the present day Midoriya and Bakugo. Very nice sort of symbolism in that moment there. And then Midoriya, I assume back on Dagobah Beach, saying the final lyrics of the song. I'm going to cut off the camera and see if I can find out what those are. I mean, the episode just came out, so I suppose people haven't really had a chance to translate it all yet. But even the My Hero Wiki doesn't... The 7th ending theme. Page is still currently under construction, though. Characters in order of appearance. They've got a piece on the page ready for you to click to get the translations, but they don't actually have that set up yet. So I'm going to have a link in the description and in this iCard, maybe. I don't know if you can do links to non-YouTube videos in the iCard. I've never tried yet. We'll see if I succeeded. To the My Hero Wiki page for the new outro. So you can check out the translations for yourself. Either way, I'll probably be mentioning it in my reaction to the next episode next week. That said, my thoughts on the actual song itself. I'm just going to play it, and I sort of build into it. Good juxtaposition from the intro, which is a lot more traditional instruments, whereas this is more electronic, but they're both pretty upbeat. And it's a bit more subdued once the lyrics start up. I like this one a lot as well. Season 4 has had very solid outros and intros. I like that a lot. Just realized, obviously, I won't be able to have the actual audio from these songs in this video, so I'm probably going to have to find a workaround for that, and that might mean it takes a bit longer for me to upload this video. But yeah, that's been my thoughts and a bit of a breakdown of my interpretations of the outro and intro for My Hero Academia Season 4, the second half. I'm looking forward to where this is going to take us. because it's not entirely what I was expecting. I knew there'd be the school festival, which was the primary focus of the intro. But we got a lot of shots implying, you know, the characters have a lot of stuff going on, perhaps, which is good, because I was hoping for that. I was hoping we'd get more development on, especially 1A, because, again, we don't know much about a lot of them. So it'd be good to get more into that. I mean, we know stuff, like we've met Chihiro's parents, but we don't know much about them and her life and stuff. Like, we got a lot more with Kirishima in the first half of the season, and a bit more with Mina, her being a part of that backstory. So it'd be good to get some more development and more backstory for the rest of the class. Without any further ado, I've been Jack of all trades. If you enjoyed this video, I do weekly My Hero Academia videos, episode reactions, although not always out on the same day. It depends on how quickly I'm able to get these recorded and edited and uploaded. So if you want to keep up with that, consider hitting subscribe. With that said, I have been Jack of all trades. Bye.